What's going on, guys? Dog Jinzo here with another duel video. Today we're going to have a really interesting and special matchup for you. Today we're going to be doing the new Sunavalon archetype versus Cubics. So let's go ahead and get into it. Cubics are going to go ahead and start us off here in the first match. Revealing 3 different Cubic cards in the hand to summon a Crimson Lord. And then passing the turn. At the end phase, they both take 3,000 damage off the Cubic Lord's effect. Sunavalon's going to start us off with a painful decision. Sending a Sunseed Genius Lochi to the graveyard in order to add one with the same name. Gotta say, from personal experience, this deck is pretty crazy, and there are a lot of plays you can do with it, and it's a fairly interesting deck. Normal summoning a Lone Fire Blossom. Gonna risk it, see if it gets ashed. Looks like it doesn't, so he's gonna tribute it to special summon any plant from the deck. He's gonna summon an Evil Thorn. Evil Thorn is then gonna activate, tributing itself for cost, burning the opponent for 300 life points, and then summoning 2 more versions of itself with their effects negated from the deck in attack position. Next up, he's going to activate a Super Solar Nutrient, tributing the Evil Thorn to activate it, to summon any plant from the deck that's the Evil Thorn's level +3 or lower. Looks like he's going to summon a 3rd Sunseed Genius Lochi. Lochi will then link off. For Link 1, Sunavalon Dryas. Dryas' effect is when he's summoned to the extra monster zone by using Lochi as material. You get to search for any Sunvine spell or trap. He's going to add a Sunvine Shrine. Looks like he's going to link 2 now into a Sunavalon Dryas, or Dryadus. Activating a Sunvine Shrine. Ditching a Painful Decision to activate it. Special summoning a Lochi back off the Shrine effect. Lots of spicy moves in this deck, ladies and gentlemen. Thinking about how to get over that Cubic Lord. Linking 1 into a Sunvine Thrasher. Thrasher's effect on summon targets a plant monster you control, and it gains 800 attack times its link material rating. So that is a link 2, so 800 times 2 is 16. Added to the already 800, he's 2400 attack. Next, he's going to special summon a Dogmatica Ecclesia. Ecclesia is going to let him search for any Dogmatica card in his deck. Adding a Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. Checking to make sure he's not locked into plants. He is not. He's only locked into plants from the extra deck due to Sunvine Shrine. Fleur-de-Lis's effect, a special summon. But he can't negate Crimson Lord because Crimson Lord is unaffected. Entering battle phase, swinging. On attack declaration, Fleur-de-Lis will gain 500 attack points and also give Ecclesia 500. So Fleur-de-Lis will then crash into the Crimson Lord, killing them both. 2k and 2400 equals 4400 directly. Figuring out which effects do what, as it's a new archetype and the opponent is a bit confused. Swinging for 0 for craps and giggles. Seeing if he should link 3 into a dry gnome. Realizing he can't do to Ecclesia and passing the turn. Revealing another 3 for another Crimson Lord that he had in the hand. Activating Cubic Wave, doubling the attack of his Crimson Lord and having the attack of one of the opponent's monsters. Looks like he's going to choose the Sunvine Thrasher to have the attack of. And that's going to hurt like a bitch. Next, activating Anti-Magic Arrows, just in case. But that only stops spells and traps, not monster effects. And he is about to realize that Sunavalon have a very interesting effect whenever you take damage. So he's going to swing into the Sunvine Thrasher, 6k over 12. Meaning the opponent will take 48. When he does take the 48, Dryadess is going to activate, giving him back the damage that he took, and letting him special summon any Sunvine monster from his extra deck. Summoning another Sunvine Thrasher. Thrasher's effect targeting the Dryas to make himself 2400. That effect of Dryadess can be activated twice a turn. So Crimson Lord will get an extra attack since he destroyed a monster by battle. So he's going to swing over Ecclesia for 4k. The effect of Dryadess will go off again, so he pretty much won't take damage. Summon another Sunvine Thrasher, targeting it, making 24, and we're going to go ahead and go to game 2 after that. Alright folks, here we are on game 2. Cubics will then again start us off here. Revealing 3 for another Cubic Lord. Reading the effect of Cubic Lord to make sure it gets burned only on his end phase. Next, setting 1 card. Normal summoning a Duza, trying to dump off the effect. That's going to get Ash Blossomed. Tributing off the Duza to summon a Giragail, the Cubic King, which will give him 800 attack. And burn the opponent for 800 damage. Passing the turn after that. Both will take 3k off the Crimson Lord's effect. Sunavalon player will normal summon a Lochi, and then summon a Sunseed Shadow since he controls a normal plant. Lochi will then be Link 1 to a Dryas. Dryas will let him search for a Sunbind Shrine. Activating the effect of Sunbind Shrine. Pitching off an Evil Thorn in order to activate it. Using the effect of Shrine to special summon back Lochi. And all the summoning begins. Link 3. Or Link 2, it looks like, into a Dryas. Thinking about the next possible play here. Seeing if he can get into his Link 4. Using Lochi to link off. Into a Sunvine Healer. Using Healer's effect to target Dryas, giving him 300 life points for each link rating. So giving him 600 life points. Losing his extra deck there. But he got it back. Banishing Sunseed Shadow from the graveyard. Targeting Healer. To summon another healer, but its effects negated. Link 3 into a Sunavalon Drino. Passing the turn. Checking the graveyard. Activating DD Crow from hand. Interesting activating it not as a quick effect, but we'll see. Banishing an Evil Thorn from the grave. Also interesting they did not banish the Lochi. We'll see where this goes. Activating Cubic Wave. Targeting Sunbind Healer. Since Dry Gnome is 0 and he can't target it for an attack anyways. And then doubling Crimson Lord's attack. Now using the second effect of Cubic Wave. Banishing it and Duza in order to put a Cubic counter on the Dry Gnome, negating its effects and making it unable to attack. And realizing that's game, we're going to go to game 3 now. Alright folks, here we are in game 3. Sunavalon player is going to start us off this time. Normal summoning a Lone Fire Blossom, attributing it for cost. In order to special summon any plant from the deck. Summoning a Sunseed Genius Logi. Special summoning Sunseed Shadow from the hand since he controls Logi. Linking into a Sunavalon Dryas. Dryas effect is going to let him search a Sunvine Shrine. Activating Sunvine Shrine. Ditching a Miracle Fertilizer in order to activate it. Sunvine Shrine effect will special summon the Lochi back from the graveyard. This deck just summons. It's crazy. Link 2. To a Sunavalon Dryas. This deck is kind of conditional, but at the same time it's not. It's fairly strange, but I enjoy playing it. It's very interesting, I like it. Linking off with the Lochi. Into a Sunvine Healer. Sunvine Healer is going to target Dryas, giving him 600 life points. Banishing Sunseed Shadow. To special summon a second Sunvine Healer. Link 4. To a Sunavalon Dryaferniciary. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's a very difficult word. Lets him search a Sunavalon spell or trap whenever it's summoned. He'll grab a Sunavalon Bloom, which is a really nice trap, I have to say. Special summoning Dogmatica Ecclesia. Ecclesia effect's going to let him search for any Dogmatica card. Or not, as Sunseed Shadow has locked him into plants for the turn special summoning. Setting one card and passing. Cubics will draw for the turn. Figuring out what the best play is. Activating Twin Twisters, pitching a Cubic Karma to hit both of the back row. It is very upsetting to the Sunavalon player. Sunavalon Bloom is one of the key cards, especially in this situation. Banishing the Cubic Karma from the grave in order to search for any Cubic monster. Adding a Vision, the Cubic Seed. Interesting that he didn't go for the Duza, but we'll see how this goes. Also, he has the Crimson Lord in hand, but it seems he doesn't have 3 cubic cards to reveal. Telling him what the Link 4 does. Setting 1 card. Setting a monster. Passing the turn. Or not. Passing the turn. Drawing for turn. Special summoning Dogmatica Ecclesia, and then using her effect to search for any Dogmatica card. Grabbing a Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. Swinging into the monster with Ecclesia. It's going to be a Vijon. Then using Vijon's effect. To make it a continuous spell. And put a cubic counter on the Ecclesia. Drawing for turn. Activating Foolish Burial Goods. Making a really tough decision here. It seems like. Sending a cubic karma to the grave. Banishing the cubic karma to add a cubic monster. Adding another Vijon. Setting a monster. Passing the turn. Sunavalons will draw for turn. Thinking about what the next play should be. A lot of thinking in this game. It's a very interesting game. Normal summoning a Jerry Beans Man. It is a normal plant type. Linking it off. Do a Sunvine Thrasher. Thrasher is going to target the Link 4 in order to make himself 4,000 attack points. Special summoning Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. Swinging into the face down, which happens to be another Vijon. going to use V-John's effect after damage calc to put a counter on the fleur-de-lis. Attempting to swing for 4k with the Thrasher. Actually thinking better of putting the counter on the fleur-de-lis and putting it on the Thrasher instead. Continue to attack with the Thrasher, but forgetting that monsters with Cubit counters cannot attack. Now using the effect of the Link 4 to tribute off the Thrasher to blow up the back row. Which happens to be a red reboot. First misplay occurs here where he assumes the V-John is an equip spell, and that gets sent as well, even though it is not, it is just a continuous spell. Activating a second Foolish Burial Goods. That's going to get Ash Blossomed, so we don't have to deal with the long searches again. Next up, he's going to normal summon a Denko Sekka. Attempt to swing over the Ecclesia, forgetting the Ecclesia has a buff from the Fleur-de-Lis. So deciding not to attack, thinking better with that exchange. V-John will then special summon itself. He's an annoying little bugger. V-John will attempt to swing into the Link 4, but forgetting you cannot target the Link 4 with attacks. But it does not prevent you from attacking directly. Continue to swing into the Ecclesia, using the effect to put a Cubit counter on the Fleur-de-Lis at the end of the damage step, so he'll take 2,000. Normal summoning a Sun Sea Twins. Since you control Sunavalon Link, when it's summoned, you can special summon a level 4 lower plant normal from your graveyard. So he's going to summon a Sunseed Lochi. Lochi's going to link off into a Dryas. A second misplay here, thinking Dryas searches him a Sunvine, when it does not, as he was not summoned to the extra monster zone. Activating the Sunvine Shrine. Misinterpreting Denko, thinking that he can't activate any cards. But being told that he can activate cards that are not set with Denko on the field. Using Shrine's effect to special summon the Lochi. Lochi's going to link himself off into a Sunvine Thrasher. Thrasher's going to gain 4,000. And he's going to go ahead and call that game.